Hey everyone, Positron taking a quick look at Valfaris. This is actually a follow-up to Slain, or rather it's made by the same developers that made Slain. This is coming out on basically every platform. It's going to be on Steam, PS4, Xbox One, Switch. I think it's also going to be on Humble. I think it's also going to be on GOG. I don't know the price. My guess would be $15 or $20, but that's kind of a guess. So Slain was an action platform with this kind of gritty, it was basically a heavy metal cover of the game, and the initial release of it was not great, and I actually had a video that was pretty critical of it, and then they re-released it. They had some publisher issues, they re-released it with some changes, it was received a bit better, and this is a follow-up, same team behind it, so very similar things. It is better, but I'm not sure it is necessarily as good as it could be. And you'll see what I have to say about that. It is significantly better than Slain. I've had some fun with it. I have a few complaints, but let's just get into the game. I'm going to start a new game, and then we'll probably go to this other one because I want to show off something I thought was really cool. So let's start the game here. A little bit of a story. Also, the music is probably pretty loud. It's somewhat intentional. Hopefully you can hear me just fine, but I mean, a lot of the draw here is the audio-visual experience, if you will. Primary trace over Valfaris. Significant number of life forms. Going back to deal with dear old dad. He's gonna land on his own. Also should note that developers did provide me with a key for this. Thanks for that. We're heading home. Time for a nice smooth landing back into the homeland. See? Nice and smooth. Have you? Time to get to work. Alright. I am going to tune this down just one. That might be a little too quiet. We'll crank it up. So, here we are. We are Therian, we can jump. We can fire our pistol. We can fire in 8 directions. We can also swing our sword, which they're about to sell us here. Sword attacks will restore energy, or generate globes. We also have a shield, and a shield is powered by that bar up there. Our blue bar. So, as you can see, the audio-visual is, it's pretty sweet. Again, this is another situation where it's, you know, it's heavy metal cover of the game. I think that's one of the game's strongest suits. There are a couple of times where it can become a little difficult to see what you're looking at, but overall, it's pretty sweet. Looks pretty nice. So we can hold in place here while we activate our shield, fire. There's also another mechanic that I don't think they showed yet. We can catch a projectile and fire it back if we time it right. So these resurrection idols are kind of an interesting thing, and the deal with that is basically you can hold up to 4 of them. For every one you have, it increases your max health. And then you can spend them here to create a checkpoint. I don't believe you can access the menu here without using the checkpoint, so that's something to consider. What, mini boss here? Now we can block this. However, we will run through energy pretty quickly. There we go. Yeah, so now let's talk about the shield counterblast. Now, one of the things that I have taken issue with the shield is that some things cannot be blocked. And what can and cannot be blocked is not always clear. So that can be a little problematic. It has led me not use the shield as much as I would like. I don't know. I'm gonna find out. Well, there is a path down here. I've never actually been down here before. So there's also a lot of hidden paths in this game. Can we drop down here? Oh no, that's a death. Curious. I wonder if we can find something by dropping this orb. Doesn't look like it. That was a secret in the other place there. Not a secret necessarily, but a mechanic. So we've got a little bit of a gauntlet fight here. I find the sword hitbox is a little odd as well. I'm probably gonna die here. That's fine. Just playing a little recklessly. And the other thing that strikes me as a little odd is that some enemies have contact damage and some don't. It's not always clear which are which. Usually smaller enemies have contact damage. Alright, here comes the big guy. Now we will have another use for our blue bar coming up pretty soon. Also with that enemy I find the sword is just, you can kind of power through him with the sword. I will say platforming feels pretty damn good. Much improved over Slain. It's pretty precise. I don't think there's many situations where I felt like, oh, you know, I should have landed on that platform or something of that nature. Alright, we're gonna get a new weapon here, the Hellwraith. Yeah, so this will be our other weapon, our sub-weapon. And this uses part of our blue bar, and it's typically a very powerful weapon. This one we have a machine gun, for example. Now we can't upgrade weapons, but we don't have the materials able to do that yet. Here's a good example too. If I block those bombs, they will still hit me. I'm actually probably gonna die here. Oh, that can hit you. I actually didn't know that. Fortunately, loading is quick if you do die. Being a little careless here. And I think the one other thing I'll say that I'm not a big fan of, I've already mentioned this. Yeah, so there's an upgrade material. Unfortunately, we do need 3 for our first upgrade, so we can't use this quite yet. There are a lot of areas that just have infinitely spawning enemies, which can be a little frustrating. You can get overwhelmed very easily. That is a good example right there. Alright, so we're actually going to go this way first. A little bit of a hidden area here. And typically speaking, in these skull piles, you will find a blood medal, which is a nice upgrade. Now, I don't know if there is a way to respec your character. I know at one point I had spent, on the other save file, I had spent a few of the blood medals and then decided to use a different weapon. I don't know if I can get those back. I don't know how many there are in the game. Let's just clear through here. Sweet. Alright. So now this area here is interesting because this is certainly an area. I don't know how to get that resurrection medal there. I've never gotten it before. I can try a couple of things. Yeah, I don't know. I don't believe I can get back up here. Maybe I can. No. I don't know how to get this one. I would think maybe... Oh, there we go. Yeah, I just have to hang on that. I see. I understand now. Actually, I can get up here. Nice, okay. Just took a little finessing. Wasn't actually sure I could necessarily climb on those. Immense source of energy. Alright. Unlimited energy. So we'll get a little gauntlet here. This is basically, hey, you got that new weapon? Let's play with it. And technically, I think this means we would have unlimited shield as well. But we would run out. It's quite a rush. Blocking the way. If we got the fuel crystal, the ship would be operational again. Which again, this design of the ship is pretty sweet. And hopefully this is giving you a pretty good look about what this game is like. You know, it's very, very Contra-esque. Some upgrade paths. Do I want to... Yeah, I should. Now, do we have 3? We do, but I'm actually not going to spend them. I'm actually tempted to spend them on the sword. Just out of curiosity. So that's the reach of our sword right now. This says it'll increase the reach. Did it, though? Did it actually? Maybe it did. Get some jets here. And we do have to catch the actual burst that I could have blocked there. Alright, get another one of these dogs. Oh, look out. Could have blocked those. Cannot block that though, as I've discovered. There we go. Head through here. This is another weapon. Now I'm actually not going to equip this one. This one has a little bit shorter range, but it is more powerful. Doesn't look as cool either. Very, very light puzzle here. We need to stand kind of over here to get this. There we go. Get another resurrection idol. And again, we can choose to spend these or not spend these. I've pretty much been spending them at every point because I'm just prone to dying. So, alright. So we need the fuel crystal. To get the fuel crystal, we have to break open that casing. To do that, we need to go through this gauntlet. When the casing opens up, I've also noticed you can't aim diagonally down without standing up, so that's something to keep noted. Go. I don't believe we can actually get it in one round, no matter what we do. We'll use our sword attacks here. Might actually die here. Yeah. I would probably recommend for your first upgrade at this point. Now I didn't have an upgrade because I had missed that extra one. Probably the pistol here is probably your best bet. But you can. I wanted to see if that would time out. It does. These enemies are particularly quick. Yeah, you got me there. Try again. This area gave me a bit of trouble the first time as well. The enemies can continue aiming once they start firing, so it's very easy for them to kind of switch at the last second and get you. We will get through this, I swear. And after this, I might show off another boss fight. We might be coming up on the first boss, but I want to show off actually the second boss if I can, because I think it's a very cool boss. I think it's a pretty fair boss as well. Now, I have not beaten it, so we'll see if we can beat it on camera, but... Okay. And as again, I'm getting stuck where I'm accidentally aiming down there. And you actually don't have to hit the crystal itself, you can just hit the casing. Yeah. This is where I say some things are a little odd as well, is that the difficulty curve is strange. I've hit a couple of these situations where, you know, there's an encounter like this that is dramatically more difficult than what came before it. Oop, there we go. I think they might have some sort of melee attack, if you're too close to them. We should get the crystal here. Yeah, there we go. Maybe that's what was hitting me there. Huh, normally we can break those. Yeah, so this is showing now is how many idols you can hold, which serve a dual purpose. Also, there's a secret up here. And another blood medal. It's a little optional area. Now we can head back down and start up that ship. Now I don't believe we can block that projectile. Some projectiles we can shoot through as well, though not all. Get rolling. So this is our first boss here. First true boss. Beautiful treasures, huh? Will you though? So first of all, the junk gargoyle, we can hit him with that thing. You actually get an achievement for that, though I've already unlocked it. It takes a huge amount of his health off as well. So he has this junk shield, which we need to get rid of. I don't know if we can hit him with our sword. Yeah, we can actually. That gives us quite a bit of material. So he'll try to crush us as well. But it also gives us a good vantage point to get up and slash him. Now that went a lot better than the first time I did. Now he also tried this desperation attack on us. Not sure if there's something we can do there. Turn to the waste. Then generally when you beat an encounter, you'll get an idle capacity increase, and you'll get a new weapon as well. For example, this one is the Hellhammer. So this is another sub-weapon. And it's a shotgun. Oh. Actually, I didn't see this for a second. Insert resurrection on game blood medals. Oh, that's interesting. So any extra ones we have towards the end of the area, we can exchange for upgrade materials. Oh, that's very cool. So if you could make it through without dying, you'd be in pretty damn good shape. However, oh, we can use it even if we don't have one. So now, I don't know what happens. I'm actually curious. What happens if we die here now? Will it send us back to this area? Or will we go back to the previous area? That one might be a freebie. But I'm really curious now. Here, let me get killed by some enemies here. Maybe? Maybe not? Oh, we can certainly die in this stuff. Yeah, because if I go here, see that one's not active. I think the first one's auto-activated. Let's find out. Yeah, you get a freebie on that first one. Okay, so let me show off a different boss here. I'll quit out. And this will be the last thing I do for the video. Yeah, I'll go to the Eco Dome here. I'm not sure how many areas there are in the game. I know Slain was maybe a few hours long. Not a particularly long game, but pretty standard length for an action platformer. I'll show off what I have here. So this is, you have the Bastard here. See that shorter sword, but it's more powerful. We also have a rocket launcher. I'm going to use the shotgun right now. And we've got this wolf light, which I have upgraded once, in addition to our pistol. So the first upgrade of the pistol changes it quite a bit, adds a spread shot. And we have this wolf light weapon, which is pretty cool. It's like a torch. And it also, when it kills things or when it hits things, it fires out these wolf spirits. So we're going to try to beat this boss. I'll give it a couple of shots. I just think it's cool. I think the spectacle of it works out really well. So we got this crazy insect guy, Bloodstalker Queen. So I can grab those orbs with my shield. If I time it right, I can send them back as well. Easier said than done. Periodically she'll come and she'll try to drop one of these on me. Now sometimes I've been able to destroy those projectiles and sometimes not. Not entirely sure how that pans out. But you see the wolf spirits popping out there. And at 50%, she's gonna change. Look out. Ooh, got stuck in the corner there. That's gonna be trouble. I'm not gonna have a lot of health going to this next phase. Alright. So, phase 2. I think that's pretty cool, the change of area. And I'm just gonna throw these bombs. And spawn these enemies as well. This gets pretty hectic. But I think this is one of the strengths, actually, surprisingly to me, is that I find the boss encounters to be really, really well done. I think they're very fun, I think they're fair. I think the spectacle of them is good. Probably, honestly, don't want to be trying to do this, but, I mean, it does a lot of damage if you do catch it, so maybe worth the risk. What I really should focus on, though, is just not taking that damage. Because they're not too hard to dodge. Alright. Grab another one of these things. I do wish these ooh, that one actually dropped on me there. Rough. So it does drop energy from those. I do wish it dropped health. I don't know if any bosses can drop health during their fight. Those attacks do come out pretty quick. It's kind of tough to dodge all of them. Boy, I was doing a lot better the first time, that's for sure. I want to just take a death here, honestly. Otherwise I'd have to do this without getting hit, which is going to be kind of tough. I think dodging under is probably better. She can't fire straight down, so I'm going to use that to my advantage. There we go. Myself caught there. Here comes the rock, whatever you want to call it. the shield does not cost anything to just use, so you can just use it, not drain energy, unless you actually block something, which is nice. Seems like that's a nice hiding spot there. Alright, on to the next phase. Unfortunately, I ran myself out of energy here. I think we got it. Now there might be... No, we're safe. Just another bug hunt. Oh. Might as well see what this other weapon is. Vrawl sidearm. Constant stream of long-range bullets. Huh. Interesting. Well, that's Valfaris. Again, I think it's much better than Slain. I think they did a much better job on it. I do have some minor gripes with it. I think it makes a pretty good metal album cover. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it helps you decide if this is something you want to pick up. Thanks for watching. Thanks again to the developer for providing me a code. Subscribe for more. I'll see you soon.